Okay, so, geez, man, uh, it's been several days. I uh, I finished up work yesterday. It was my last day at job, and I was off for 2 weeks, and I came back for one last week. Got informed that uh, my boss had misunderstood the HR rules, and that still didn't count as 2 weeks' notice, even though I came back. So I really just kind of wasted a week of my life for no reason. And it felt like getting out of prison, and then 3 days later, just getting picked up on a parole violation, going straight back for another 10 years. It just felt like instantly I was just right back in jail, like I'd never left, and I would never be able to leave. So I had all these, aspirations. Like, this sucks, but hey, end of the week, I'm out. Right, last day, I'm not even gonna be doing anything. I'm gonna go to Ruth's Chris. I'm gonna get like $80 steaks. Hi, I need your biggest steak. No, that's too big. But then over the course of the week, and I also was just like, oh, got it last couple of days here. I'm going to finish up the script, and then as soon as I'm done with the job, like the day after, like Saturday, today, I'm going to go to the studio and going to shoot this awesome video, and we're just going to hit the ground running. Well, the stress of being back at job was so much that I got, you know, I wanted to stress eat. I'm a bad stress eater. Could you have guessed? So I decided to go across the street to the Safeway and get myself some Safeway chicken. Me and my girlfriend have been sick for 3 days with food poisoning. I have barely been able to walk. It's just been awful. So yeah, last few days have just been terrible. Echo? Why would there be echo? Oh my God, is it picking up? Ugh, sorry. What? I don't understand. Why did it do that? I have audio turned off on the NDI, and it wasn't doing it until just now. What the fuck? All right. Well, anyway, so the moral of the story is I felt terrible for days. In the midst of this, I ordered this thing, thinking it was something. It turned out I got myself. I got by myself. So it's still kind of a funky gadget, though, and I wanted to take a look at it with you. So now I don't even know if it works. I might open this up and just go, within a couple minutes, I could be going like, oh, okay, this won't work till I go to RePC, get some parts. But supposedly it was pulled from service and was working. But every eBayer says that, right? They'll just lie because all they have to do is if you get it and the bamboozle, is detected, they'll just go, oh, sorry, we were told it was pulled from service. Not our fault. Here's your full refund. Problem solved, right? So I bought this from the same seller. No, I'm sorry. I got this from a different seller, but it's the same model as a thing that a friend got that turned out to come without some essential parts. This one, however, supposedly has the parts. So, hang on just a second. Okay. Pardon me. Set that over there. So this is a Sonic Foundry media site. It's like an MS-120 or something like that. And it, unsurprisingly, is a kapooper. But as you can see, it's a pretty strange one. A lot of interesting things going on here. We'll get to all of that. Winging asked what I use these switches for. These are actually not switches. These are hubs. Dual speed 10100 hubs. So, I use these for things. These are actually part of an upcoming narrative, and I can't really explain it without just doing the whole narrative. We'll see what we end up doing during this this video here. Maybe I'll end up explaining what those are all about. But basically, I have them because they suck. I needed specifically Ethernet hubs instead of switches so I could demonstrate a thing. All right, so what this thing is a subsidy scam. Anytime the government puts out an RFP for anything, what happens is that a whole bunch of assholes immediately, like, there's just all these dudes, there's all these like libertarian assholes all around the country that are just like watching every single RFP coming out of every single government agency, waiting for something they can pounce on and fulfill as cheaply as possible, which is why, you know, lowest bidder stuff always ends up being so bad. It's because all the people who make the stuff, they're all bad faith, right? They're all people who just, like, from the get-go, their whole point was to be liars and scumbags. So this is probably that. Basically what this is, and I need to point out before you draw any conclusions, this is pre-pandemic, but it's from like 2016, 2013, somewhere in there. And it is a streamer box, which is a category of thing that's existed since at least the late 90s and still does. It's basically, instead of using OBS, you know, and having to set it up with an RTMP host and da-da-da-da-da-da, you instead buy this dedicated hardware device. It's just OBS of pretty much, except that it's pre-configured and the software has all the features removed, so you don't need to think about it because this is intended for classrooms. The idea is it's a double capture card because you're supposed to plug in a camera to show the presenter, the person standing at the lectern giving, you know, teaching a class or whatever, and the output from the computer running the slideshow. So that's what this does. It captures 2 video streams and then transmits them to a central streaming server that I believe was run by MediaSite. So it's a turnkey online learning solution, which honestly makes a lot of sense, especially for like the early 2010s. So we're going to open this up, of course. But basically it is just a PC. And, you know, what's funny is the one my friend got was wiped. I have no idea if this one is. I do notice that the screws are out of the side. So my guess is that this thing has been gutted and that the seller lied to me. That's not really a problem. You know, I kind of banked on it being gutted. So, whoa, shit. Sorry. This does not involve Windows Millennium Edition. That was just a bit I was doing. Sorry to disappoint. I'm the Millennium Edition. It's the Millennium Edition of my stream. Yeah, none of my stream titles ever mean anything. They're just whatever crap came to mind. These screws are really in there. You know, I was assuming this had been opened up and stripped, but these screws are so in there that maybe they haven't. Maybe the ones that are missing out the side were for a rack kit or something like that. Oops, missed one. Resolution is bouncing around. I don't think that's on my end. I think that's YouTube freaking out. Not much I could do about it in any case. Okay. Let me stare at this for a minute. Did we get screwed? Okay. In at least some senses, we didn't get screwed, and that's good. I'll be able to make this machine work. So, low profile cooler, my understanding is that I should expect to find like an i3 or an i5 maybe under there. All the RAM's been pulled. Hopefully I've got some spare RAM. I don't know if I do or don't. We do have the capture cards, which is probably the most interesting part. The hard drive's been pulled, which is fine. I don't blame them for that, although I wish they hadn't done it. But we've got SATA on board, and we've got SATA power connectors, so I could definitely throw an SSD in here. The critical thing is the capture cards. If we didn't have those, this would be completely fucking worthless. So let's take a look in a book, Reading Rainbow. So what's interesting about this, you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. Because I can actually do a better job of this video here if you'll give me a minute to do a little bit of prep. Because I have a new camera, and I have not set it up yet. Because I was going to explain the camera, but it's really irritating me that I can't get good close-ups. So I'm just going to do it now. It won't take me very long. Okay, put that back there. Okay, turn that on. Okay, that's a concern, but we'll deal with it. And then where is the cable I'm looking for? Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let me unplug that. Yeah, I'm going to get into what the capture card is because that's pretty much like the hero of the video here. It's what we're here to talk about today, and that's why I decided I wanted to give you a decent look at it rather than just the blurry. As much as I like the Elgato face cam, and I do, I love it. It leaves a little to be desired in terms of it's fixed focus, and while I think that in many ways that was the right call for Elgato, I think it really did. There are a lot of things that would not have been as good about the Elgato if they had not made it fixed focus. But at the same time, it is a bit of a pain. Okay, I am almost ready here. Okay, let me see if this works. Okay, it does. So, let me minimize this. Sorry, I'm almost done here. It's complicated, you see. My little laptop is just absolutely just chugging trying to keep up with this. I gotta get a better machine. Okay. Okay. Oh, and you know what? Before I can even proceed with what I was going to do, there's actually an update. Ooh, done. Done. Come here. Come here. What you doing? Huh? Done. It is her. Come here. She Wolch. Oh, who's that? Sababa. Come here. Oh, two of them, everyone. Now, how often have you actually gotten to see two of them on the same stream? We've seen two of them, but how often do you see, two of them? Sorry for the mess, but there they are. Oh my God, there being two of them. They love doing this. Come here. Rub. Rub. Now, if I'm very, very lucky, I can get them to do this. Oh, man. Yeah, they're not at maximum kitty right now, so I can't get them to like perfectly track the laser together, which is the best thing that they do. But at any rate, two of them. We don't know if they're sisters, but we suspect that they are. Boy, she's not really putting out that much effort, is she? Boop, 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 boop. Well, at any rate, boy, howdy, is it ever them. Have you seen this? Look at this. This lives in my house. What am I supposed to do about that? You can see why I'm hoping to use this camera, because the quality is just phenomenal. Come on, get the focus. Sometimes it misses focus. There we go. Hello. Hi. Whoa. I think I knocked the power out or something. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. I knocked the power out. This camera's not really intended for this. It's not a webcam. Hang on a second. It'll be back soon. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, returning to what we were doing, once again, back in the stage of history. All right, there we go. That looks focused. So this is an AverMedia capture card. It's a mini PCI Express. I didn't really realize that they made cards quite like this, to be frank. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but I just didn't know that they actually made them. So this guy does... I took one look at the spec. I bought this machine for $40, I believe, on eBay. And it was like $33 shipped, actually. And I looked at the spec sheet for this card, and it said 1080p 60. And I'm like, what? And it's got two of them. So there's a whole second card in a PCI to PCIe riser installed over here. And those both tie back to the DVI ports on the back, which of course you can adapt to HDMI. But what's even more interesting to me is that they appear to also take RGB, but also component. So these capture cards will do any format, apparently. And so I'm looking at this and going, holy crap, for like $33, I get two 1080p 60 capture cards that'll do every imaginable format. That is absolutely nuts. That is a wild deal. So I ordered the thing in a hot hurry, and I pardon me, I thought it was quite a coup until I took another look at the listing after I bought it, or I looked at the datasheet after I bought it, and I realized that it says maximum input 1080p 60. It only records at 1080p 30. God damn it. So I got owned. No two ways about it. Can't get around that. Yeah. That's that. So now I have it. I'm hoping I can get something out of it because it's still a cool thing. I mean, I should have known because it's from like 2013, and no, that doesn't work. That's not a thing. You're not getting a 1080p 60 capture card from 2013. The only way you could get one of those back then was to spend like $5,000 on it, I think. That's not... Actually, I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'm really not. But the moral of the story is that I got by my own hubris. 1080p 30 is notionally fine for the money if that's useful for you. It isn't really... To me, I don't really do anything where I'd be happy with 30. But if that works for you, if you're doing 1080p 30 stuff, this is a killer deal. Because these can record uncompressed, right? They're not like... In 2013, if you got a USB capture card, you were not getting uncompressed video out of it. You were getting like heavily compressed like H.264 before it even made it to the machine. So no, this is definitely an improvement. It's a killer deal if those specs help you. So anyway, they're definitely industrial grade capture cards, and I think I'm glad that I got this. I just do wish that they'd been a little bit newer. Okay, so the big question is, I happen to already know because my friend got one of these and confirmed that you can get it working with just the software from the website, so that's great. The question is, do I have RAM that fits it? I might. I just got rid of a laptop yesterday, and I snatched the RAM out of it, so I don't know if this is DDR3 or 4. I'm hoping it's 4. I think it's 4. But I suspect... Nope. Nope, I can already tell this is the wrong one. Damn it. Yep. Yeah, the notch is in the wrong place. Also, these are really strange slots. What is the insertion angle for this? Huh. Okay, well, so that didn't work. But what type of RAM was this? Was this DDR4? It is, which means that this must be DDR3. Because it's certainly not 2. Now, I've got to have a machine I can scavenge some DDR3 from. Okay, yeah, I don't even try to keep track of the eras. I just don't even try. Give me a sec. I think I have a machine. I think I have a laptop right here next to me that I can scavenge some DDR3 from. Give me a moment to find out. How do I get the bottom off this thing? Right there. I think this Dell will have what I'm looking for. PC3. All right. Now, of course, you know, one of the questions here is, can we put the mini PCI capture card into the laptop? Like, the answer is probably yes, but there's no way to route the connector out, so it's kind of pointless. But it is kind of fun to think about. All right. I usually call it DITR, like DITR 3, DITR 2. Oh, 3L. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, won't we? I mean, if they decide to screw me, then they decide to screw me, and there's not much I can do about it. Okay, so the machine has a... Oh, right. So the machine has, on the back, we've got HDMI output for the graphics, and looks like DisplayPort. It's plugged, but it probably still works. It's got 4 USB 3s, super speed, which is cool. That's useful. And it takes a Dell laptop power supply. Like, genuinely, no fooling, it's a Dell laptop power supply. And a really fun thing I've just discovered is that the one I was going to use is actually not big enough. I didn't realize this was rated at 7.8 amperes. The supply I have is only like 6.7. I thought that was pretty beefy. So, but yeah, it's definitely the right connector. I'm tempted to try firing it up and see if it'll run, but I don't want to cause any trouble. So, give me a sec. Let me go look in my bin of laptop power supplies, because I could have sworn I had a Dell brick that was genuinely a brick. Like, it was just a really big bastard. But I'm concerned that I may have taken that to the office or something like that, because I'm looking in this bin and I'm not seeing it, unfortunately. Shoot. I don't think I have anything that big right now. 12 volt 5 amp. Beefy, but not what we need. Okay, I have a second box. Let me look at the second box. Anything here? Nope. Oh boy. Boy, I felt for sure that was going to be big enough. It's not a guarantee that I don't have a bigger supply. 170 watts. If it's running a desktop i5 and 2 capture cards, you really don't think it could be sucking 170 watts? Because I'm pretty positive that's a desktop chip in there. I don't know. You know, worst case, it doesn't work. You know, it'll trip the power supply protection. So, I guess let's give it a shot. What else can we do? Okay. Now, this machine being utterly untested, there's also the slim possibility that it will go up in smoke. That's next to impossible, but, you know, just putting it out there. All right. Okay, and of course it powers right on because, of course, the BIOS is configured to turn on immediately. Who's surprised? Okay, we should be configured for HDMI input. Looks like we're getting it. Oh, nope. Entering power save mode, but it could still be posting. Oh, right. God, it could not like that RAM. Other possibilities include... The fact that it's running means the CPU is probably in there. But they could have pulled it, I guess. Maybe the power supply is just configured to run continuously. Maybe there's no... You know, I didn't actually check to see if the power light on the front was on. So let me... Oh, interesting. I pressed this button and it started blinking. So, yeah, maybe the machine wasn't actually on. That would be weird. Well, I don't seem to be getting a picture. The blinking could be an error code. Yeah, it's not beeping, but this being an integrated device, it might not be designed to beep. I don't even know that it has a piezo. I'm looking and I'm not seeing one. Like, I can totally believe that they basically designed it to not beep because it's a... Yeah, anyway. I think it's very possible that's an error code. Obviously, the easiest thing to do here is just let's get the heatsink off and take a look, see if it has a CPU. There's a very good possibility I have another CPU I can put in this. If not, I'll have to run over to RePC. They'll have spares. And get one for a couple of bucks. Just might need to start the stream again later. Okay. Alright, well, there's a chip in there. It's an i3-3220. So, yeah, I doubt that's the problem. Doesn't look like it's been disturbed. It's notched in there correctly. So, yeah, I don't think that's the issue, unless anybody saw anything when I had the sync off there. Name of this cooler, by the way, Cool Jag. I think they mean like Jaguar, but... That's an interesting idea. Maybe there is a speaker header in here. That would be interesting. I see a webcam header. That's cute and funny. This is definitely like an embedded product board. It's got an LVDS, like LCD header. Oh, you know what? I see a set of front panel, like colored front panel headers over there. So we should take a peek at that. And then I also see one jumper installed down here. So we'll take a look at that. Oh boy, who's here? She has to woolge. She's going to woolge the machine for us. Let's see. You know, one thing I'm curious about, I keep looking at this and going, what are you? What are you exactly? No, no, no. Noba, don't step on the laptop. I don't know that I have any LP DDR3, but yeah, honestly, I'm not inclined to think that's the issue. But yeah, we'll have to do some research. It's not impossible that this board could have a part number on it that we can look up. Soba, what are you doing? She's clawing at the back of my chair is what she's doing. So, for the front panel connection, sorry, one moment. Boy, yeah, there's some stuff on here. Yeah. Yeah, this motherboard's kind of all over. And yeah, I was also thinking that I should try one stick of the RAM and then the other, although I think that RAM was working in the machine it came out of. But, okay, there's a yellow header here that looks like it says AU1. There's a high density header next to that. Can't make out any sort of label on that. Oh, okay. So there's the BIOS config. Sorry, that's... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's interesting. BIOS config. Normal, config, and recovery, depending on the jumper position. Whoa. Oh, interesting. You know, I think we're in config mode, but I suspect that's basically a read-only setting. You know what? I shouldn't move that yet. Let's test one thing at a time. Let's be responsible. Let's also consider the possibility. I don't think it's very likely, but let's consider the possibility that it really truly does need 8 amps just to get started. I gotta have 8 amps just to get up in the morning. Yeah, the blinking really does feel like an error message. Let's pull all the RAM and see if that blinking changes. It looks like maybe it's a little bit faster, but otherwise no real change, I don't think. This is PC3 10600. It's a 2 gig stick, ostensibly. Getting the same blinking. No, I agree. I don't think the amperage thing is relevant, but it's just something that you have to consider. I mean, hell, for all we know, this thing expects to interrogate the center pin on here. You know, the fact of the matter is, I think at the point where a company has decided to leverage commodity laptop power supplies instead of using like a Pico PSU or something, I think you're sort of in the Wild West. You know, you can't really make any assumptions about what they did. Who knows where they got the, you know, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Yeah, so someone said, what if it's just broken? It could be broken, but the probability, I would say, is incredibly low. That's just my feeling about it. I just don't think that's very likely. Let's get a keyboard so we can make sure that this isn't actually just posting with no graphics output, because for all we know, it's configured. It could be configured to have no video, or to have only DisplayPort, or it could be outputting in some format this monitor doesn't like. You know, the sky's the limit. You know what else is possible? It just occurred to me, I don't remember whether this monitor has multiple HDMI inputs. We could be on the wrong one. Let me check. I think it's 2 DVIs, but only 1 HDMI. Yeah, only 1 HDMI. Okay. All right, so anyway, all right, keyboard's plugged in. Yeah, okay, no. Oh, crap, there's no RAM in there right now. I pulled out the last stick and didn't put in another one. I'm smart. If this were a server, I would be putting forth the hypothesis that it is booting just incredibly slowly. But this isn't a server. This kind of hardware, especially being an appliance, if this was going to boot, it would have booted by now. Would have posted already. And yeah, I think that if there was a polarity issue, the machine wouldn't be doing anything at all. It would either smoke or it would just do nothing. Anyway, the RAM I have in here is 10600. So maybe it's too fast or too slow. I honestly cannot remember DDR3 speed ranges. I have a couple more machines here that'll have compatible RAM. Honestly, I have a whole ton of machines here with compatible RAM. So here, let's see. What is this? I have no idea what this is. Whatever. Let's just put it in there. If it's even DDR3, I'm pretty sure it is. Nope, this is 10600 as well. Let's just try it. I think RAM is the most likely culprit, honestly, given that they pulled it, and that's what that's the biggest change between how this is now and how it would have been when it was working. Is this a Cherry G84? Yes, it is. Yeah, so I was thinking about serial, because this does have a serial port, but the thing is, it's a host side serial port. It's got the pins rather than the sockets, and don't ever put it past a manufacturer of weird one-off devices to use a really non-standard. Put the wrong type of plug on something. Just go, well, what's the problem? We're going to give you the right adapter for it. And every one of these machines is going to be bought from us, right? So what's the difference? I wouldn't put that past any manufacturer, but yeah, I doubt that. Yeah, I doubt that the serial port on here is meant for output. I think it's probably meant for attaching to other devices. I can never. What is it? DC versus DT? I can never remember how it works. Okay, so interesting proposal that I remove all devices that are potential memory hogs. Well, that also has the benefit of just simply removing other devices that could be malfunctioning or mumble. Again, very low probability, but very easy to do. So let's just swing that out of there. Go ahead and swing this out of here. Now, the other thing is, this motherboard is not important. The only thing that's really interesting here is the capture cards. The device itself, if I can get it working exactly as it is, that would be cool. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not married to this specific machine. I bought it for the capture cards. And if I could just get another board that's got mini PCIe, then still blinking, we'd be able to make them run. Still nothing. The fact that display port here is blocked means it was not shipped from the factory, set to output via DisplayPort, and the fact that it's not outputting over HDMI. Nah, I'm sure that would work. If it was going to work, it'd be working. Feeling pretty negative about this. Are we getting any heat? I don't know where my IR camera is. Actually, do I know where it is? No, I think it's at work. Yeah, looks like nothing, I'd say. All of the Intel chips have GPUs. It was only AMD, as far as I know, who made APUs that didn't have the graphics on board. I think that might not be true for the first gen i7s or something like that, but for everything else, I'm confident this should have its own. Well, I mean, there literally isn't anywhere else to put a video card anyway. There are no other expansion slots on here. This is mSATA, and both PCIe slots are filled, so there couldn't be anywhere else to put a graphics card. You know, I didn't have that HDMI connector seated very well, so let's just try one more time. I mean, I think it's pretty much a given that it's not working, otherwise the keyboard would be lighting up, but... Man, this is a bummer. I was really hoping this machine was going to function. I don't think I have another board with mini PCIe. I mean, I do have this PCIe adapter, so I could put it in just any other machine, but that's kind of a bummer. Kind of takes a lot of the fun out of it. There's no pattern to the blinking. It's just on, off, on, off, on, off. Nothing going on there. It's, yeah, definitely. All right, give me a second. Let me just Google this. Gotta figure what the model number is on this machine. Okay, this is a MediaSite RL120. MediaSite RL120. I didn't even look up a manual for this before I bought it. I doubt there is a manual. It's going to be one of those things where there's no documentation. You're just supposed to talk to a guy, and pardon me, and you know, their website is just going to be, please call, feel free to call. You know, it'll be impossible to obtain any information. Yeah, all I'm getting are it's just data sheets. Yeah, this is nothing. This is never going to bear any fruit. So, yeah, fuck that. No, it's not going to care about storage, I'm certain. No, this thing's hosed. I mean, as someone proposed, it might just be bad. It could just be broken. There's no reason to think it works. You know, I received no promises. Okay, so I see a USB port up there. That's another USB port. Where does that go? Whoa. Oh, that's interesting. This USB connector plugs into this board here. What is that? Man, this is really bothering me. So power comes in from there. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm going to take this out. I want to look at this board. Oh, interesting. It's made by Embed Tech, as in embedded. Embed Tech. Huh. Let's see, embedded computing and integrated displays. Da da da. Okay, I'll set that aside for a moment. So what does this connect to? Oh. Okay. What? Okay, so it connects to the power button. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. Okay. 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 So here's probably what's going on here. This microcontroller, when you apply power to it, it goes into its default program, and that program just flashes the blue LED repeatedly. That's all it does. Additionally, there's a second switch closure in here that just connects to the motherboard to turn it on and off just with a normal ATX style power control. Once the machine boots and the software is installed, it wakes up this microcontroller and it tells it to blink a pattern or to change the color or whatever. So we're seeing the default. That now that I know that this is USB, there is no way that that can be a post code of any kind. It's impossible because there's no way the machine would have the BIOS would not have the ability to talk to the USB client in order to tell it what to do with that microcontroller. So we can ignore that. So now I am a little more interested in looking for a speaker header because there probably is one. But aren't speaker headers always 4 pins? I can't honestly remember. It's been a long, long time. Oh, you could originally purchase this thing with a rack mount bracket. Yeah, that's what I thought the side, what the holes at the side were for. I think that is the case. Okay, so Embed Tech did custom motherboards. Cool. That's what I was thinking, that this was probably an Embed Tech motherboard. And I am interested in the idea of finding a part number. But I'm even more interested in the idea of clearing the CMOS at the moment. Because who knows? So I just finally found the battery. I've been looking for it this whole time. I just found it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that. Okay. You know, it's interesting. There's a light that comes on down here briefly. Might be a diagnostic LED. That's something worth considering. The CPU fan is spinning. Yep, I'm getting air out there. Yep, CPU fan is on. So the board's on. Still no joy. So I have not been hitting the power button after plugging it in because it appears to come on right away, and I don't really see any reason to think that it's not on. There's lights on the motherboard, etc. I did just hit it for good measure, and I tried hitting it several times earlier. But I really think that this being an appliance, they just set it up to turn on immediately, and that's that. Well, so on this front panel connector, we've got the power plug is right here. Those pins are black. And then we have 2 green pins, 2 orange pins. I'm guessing that's going to be like hard drive and power lights. And then we have 3 unmarked pins. Those could be for a piezo. There's also, well, there's a 4 pin down here, but it's labeled webcam. Huh. Not sure what that's about. Anything else? There's a sticker in there. Looks like a likely place for a part number. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. I'll try the display port in a moment. I'll go grab a cable. Let me give me a second. I gotta get in here with my phone and take a picture. See if I can identify the part number here. Anyway, to those who are just joining, what we're trying to do right now is get this little gadget working that I bought on... oh, I found the model number. Cool. It is... Okay, get ready to type in this model number. Pretty sure this is what it is. DQ, as in Dairy Queen, 77KB, as in knowledge base. DQ77KB. Let me look that up. DQ77. That's an Intel motherboard. Wait. Oh, this is an off-the-shelf Intel motherboard. Hey. Oh, okay. Shit. I did not expect that. Let me go download the damn manual. No results found for this product. I'll figure it out. That's what I say. Oh, come on. Okay. It's a Q77 chipset. It's from 2012. Takes 16 gigs of memory, either 1333 or 1600. 2 slots, 2 separate channels. ECC not supported. Graphics output is LVDS, EDP, HDMI, and DP. It's Gen 3 PCIe X4. 65 watt TDP. So I think this power supply probably is adequate. Yes, I intended to move the camera. I'm on my phone. I didn't want to put my phone in front of the camera. Sorry. Oh, I'm not sure how to pronounce Kopspeicher. But yes, that is interesting. Maybe the DisplayPort is the primary output and the other one is for preview. Okay, let me go get a DisplayPort cable. I'll be right back. Hey there. Vince, so I actually have a number of oscilloscopes that would be useful for this sort of, very basic kind of stuff. Most of the time, I'm either inebriated or just not sufficiently committed to the task to apply that level of intellect. And also, like, scopes are big. Even the little ones are big. So, it's just hard for me to reserve the space for it, for something I do only once in a blue moon. So that's kind of the problem there. Because I would really love to poke around and see if I can find the piezo signal. See if I can find a little square wave on there somewhere. Okay, let's power this down. Wait, it says can be heard through attached speakers. They might mean over the headphone port. Because there is onboard 3.5, and I have seen that before. Is that okay? Okay, so is that actually what it says? All right, let me get... I got a 3.5 millimeter headphone pair here somewhere. There we go. Ooh, these things suck. I'm going to plug this in. It's just going to be screaming. Not getting anything so far. I was hoping that would actually work. All right, give me a minute. Oh, I see. Oh, internal stereo speaker connector. Oh, no. Just saying line out. Oh, no, no, no. There we go. Internal stereo speaker connector is A. Oh, but that's right next to the headphone jack. So, no, that's definitely it. That's where it's supposed to go. Routed. Oh, yeah, it says it's routed to the audio codec. Oh, but you know what? The power LED can emit blink codes. Oh, also, so sorry, somebody mentioned something and it just prompted me to go check. So the Intel board, the pictures of it show two network interfaces, but there's only one network interface on here. See? they just they they Amontillato'd it. Is that how you pronounce that word? They just bricked it up. Oh, that's fucking good. That's so good. All right, let's unplug this. I'm still not 100% out of the woods on the idea that the power supply is in some way not fit for this application. I know it's not likely, but I just want to remind you that what they're doing here is an abuse of this power supply. There's no way around that. Like, this is not how this... Wait a minute, though. Wait. But did the Intel board use that connector? It did. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, if you have a Dell laptop and you plug in a Dell power supply, you can make assumptions about how it's going to work. But if you're plugging in something that is not exactly what I just said, then you can't really be 100% positive about what it's going to do. So let me just check and see if I have any other power supply that we can potentially use here, because I do have some hefty HP power supplies somewhere. So give me a minute to look. I'll be right back. Okay, so the HP power supplies have the same pinout. They're still center positive, which I'm not surprised by. Otherwise, you'd have people blowing up Dell laptops left and right. Anyway, let me reiterate. I am not in any way saying that the power supply is not supplying power, like deliberately, yada yada. What I'm saying is nobody has any idea what's going on here. Nobody has any idea what's going on here. You just don't. You could read the specs. You could look at the... No, you don't know. This is a weird situation. This is not an ATX power supply, and it's not a 12-volt barrel jack. We can't guess. For all we know, that power supply doesn't work. It could be supplying 6 volts. There's no way to know. Okay? See if this blows up. Yeah, so polarity is fine. Still nothing. You know, I want to get on that that power light, the power LED. I'm trying to think, what do I have that I can scavenge a power LED out of? Like, I'm thinking about this and going like, where am I even going to get one? Because I don't think I have any bare LEDs. I don't have any, like, cases handy that I can pull one from, etc. So, where the hell am I going to get an LED? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hello. Components. There'll be an LED in here. Ah, there we go. Ah. Okay, so on the green pins, it's just solid on. I can check the manual to figure out if that's the power light, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. Well, not much more to that. Shit. Okay. Let me find the pinout, just make absolutely certain, but I'm pretty damn positive that's the right, yeah. Okay. Yep. Yes, we must not be getting any of the recoverable errors. Yeah. So I've tried the BIOS jumper in 2 positions. It was on config earlier. I moved it to normal. I'll go ahead and put it back, but we haven't seen, you know, any change in behavior. There's also recovery. Let me pull it completely. That should be recovery mode. Still nothing. Okay. Okay, and it looks like the header below that, I think, is the... Yeah, that's the, like, management engine reset header. That shouldn't matter. Well, I don't need it to boot. I just need to put a picture on the screen, but I don't even know. Does it even do that if you're in recovery mode? Whatever. Whatever. I really kind of strongly feel like if this was going to work, it would be working. I mean, we shouldn't need to be changing any of this crap. This, if this was functioning before it was pulled, if it wasn't dead, why would it not be working? We all know there's no reason this shouldn't be working. I've put in way too much effort on this already. It's just a computer. It's just a computer. It should work. Yeah, I hooked up the display port. I'm not getting a picture there. It's just a computer. We all know how computers work. This is not some bizarre, it's not some bizarre industrial system. It's just an ordinary computer. It should be functioning right now, and it isn't because it's broken. Let me look at this. I got these out of a laptop. They're fine. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure that's not the problem. I don't think it works because I don't think it works. Here, let me look at the manual. Okay, correct speed and voltage. All right. There is a CPU. We checked that. Yeah, let me, okay, RAM's out, so let me plug it back in. We'll check, see if we can get a RAM beep code. I actually don't remember if it has a RAM beep code. Whoa. Hey, it's beeping. Okay, so that's a RAM error. Y'all getting this? So, okay. So this is PC. I mean, yeah, we checked the manual and confirmed it doesn't need low voltage or anything. Wait, did it just post? No. Why aren't we getting this before? Okay, so that is a RAM error. Let's put both sticks in. I don't think it's a dual channel, but... See, now I'm getting just nothing. That blue LED between the heatsink, beneath the heatsink, I think is the management engine. I think that's the status light for that. Let me plug this keyboard in. I just realized the keyboard's not plugged in. Okay, we're powering up again. Nothing. I'm not getting anything on the keyboard. Like, I'm not getting numlock lights or anything. Yeah, we were trying HDMI for a while. Try just the top RAM slot. I mean, is that ever how it works? 83 people attempt to diagnose a single shitty computer from 10 years ago. Okay. Still no dice. So here's the thing. I'm not buying the explanation that it demands dual channel RAM. Like, no. No, it doesn't. That's no. Unless somebody saw that in the manual, I would be absolutely astonished if this expected dual channel RAM. So the fact that we put in one stick and it errors, and we put in a second stick and it stops responding entirely, what that actually makes me think is that it's just getting utterly wedged by the second stick. That's what I think is going on. So I think maybe it doesn't like this RAM at all. And it just doesn't like it. It doesn't hate it that much with only one stick. But, okay, here's some PC3L 12800 from another laptop. The L stands for laptop. Yeah, no, I didn't expect it either. Okay, yep, so nothing there. All right, let's move on. I have more donor machines, so. Hello, Udon. Udon, do you have any RAM? Can I take your DDR3 out? Okay, so that's that machine's DDR2. Those machines I don't want to touch. They're special. What about this one? Which HP Elite book is this? Okay, okay, this is a machine I don't want to break, but I might have some contact cleaner. I'll take a look. I guess that's an interesting point, actually. This is one of the few cases where I think that a dirty slot could actually be relevant. So maybe we should take a look at that possibility. Oh, this is interesting. Wow, I have some really slow DDR3 here. It's also somehow fallen halfway out of the slot it was in. Come on. Oh my God. Get out of there. So this says it's PC3 8500? Didn't know that was a thing. Just for kicks. One short beep. More beeps. Okay, so the CPU runs. You know, I think we know that, right? CPU has to be running in order for the BIOS to be even performing the post. If I'm remembering my everything correctly. Slot looks pretty clean, but watch your ears. We're going to hit this with the air. The machine was dusty. I'll give it that. Okay. Let's put something back in here. Nope. Nope. The BIOS has been cleared. You know, I meant to do this earlier. I don't think it's relevant at this point, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yep, our input voltage is 19.75 volts DC. So, that's as it should be. Hmm. Oh, reseating the CPU is actually not an unreasonable suggestion. It's certainly not hard, and there's little risk of damage, so I don't see any reason not to do it, considering the machine is otherwise hooped. So, give me a second. Okay, I got another machine here with some donor RAM. Let's just give it a shot. Whoa. Huh. RAM slots with plastic wings for releasing the sticks. I've never seen that before. That is a level of cheapness. Okay. Dual channel 8300 or whatever it is. See what we get. I mean, probably not actually dual channel, but. Oh, I forgot. Actually, yeah, I forgot to ask my friend what's in his. I should do that. Yeah, with 2 sticks, I'm getting nothing. Power light's on solid, but nothing doing. I'll plug the HDMI back in while I'm at it. It really should be booting. Yeah, I mean, I just pulled those sticks out of a laptop that was working, and this thing isn't that sophisticated, so it ought to work. All this should work. This should all work. We know this should work. This machine's nothing special. This should all work. PCs are very tolerant. No, I think it's either broken or... I mostly just think it's probably just broken. I mean, like I said, there is literally no reason to think this isn't broken. So I'm going to reseat the CPU. I have actually seen that work before. And if I remember correctly, it actually could cause apparent memory errors. So let's just give it a shot. Lift it carefully, make sure none of the thermal crap fell off into the socket. Okay, back of the chip looks fine. This is all pointless, you know, it's CPR when the patient's dead. Yeah. Honk. Whoops. Someone proposed the idea that what if it's refusing to boot because it has no storage? And I know that's not that's not a thing. Nothing does that. Maybe some dedicated industrial machine. But no, I was gonna make some sort of quip, but no, it's not that. Oh, come on. Also, I hate these RAM slots. They're not good. They're the other thing. Bad. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word. Hate these RAM slots. Okay. Gordon RAM slot. Not sure if the CPU is getting warm. Okay, yeah. It's hosed. So, let's make a little room. We're going to do something different. Okay, let's see. Let me find a nut driver here. Where's the bastard? Okay, let's that. Oh man, of course. Of course the nuts never get finger tight. Of course not. That'd be too useful. Where the hell is my nut driver? There we go. That's the guy. Wow. Oh my god. They're nut and bolt style jack screws, really. Oh, wow, this sucks. How long are these things? Why is this so unpleasant? These connectors are so poorly made. And these jack screws are so long. Ooh, that is wearing out my wrist. Ugh. Jesus. Look how long these jack screws are. It's like over an inch. Ridiculous. Well, you know, this machine has a full-size PCIe, so I wouldn't need the mini. But, yeah, whatever. The kind of computer we're doing today is bullshit, and I won't have any of it, is what it is. Okay. So let's get... Oh, damn it, that's still not out. Boy, that's annoying. Come on. These jack screws are so long. There, pull that out. Let's clip that out of there. Come on. Come on. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of all that shit. Get rid of all that shit. There we go. Okay. What are we going to use for this? Need to find an appropriate victim. Let me take my headset off for a second. I'll be back. Okay, so, here's what I was hoping. I was hoping that I would just reach over and grab one of my laptops and it would have 2 PCIe slots available, and we would just put the 2 cards in there and hang them out of the machine. But it looks like every single system I have that has 2 slots, one of them is rotated so that it can't really be accessed. This one looks like it'll work for 1 card. See, we put that in there. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this not the same kind of slot? Is this keyed differently? Oh, yeah, I think that's mini PCI. Or, wait a minute. No, it shouldn't be. No, that went in, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I can put the 1 card in, sort of. But it's pretty hinky. Yeah, there's a bit of a protruding case element that fights with it. And yeah, I'm sorry, this is a WAN slot, so this is, you know, the right type. But if I were able to get this bottom chassis half loose, it looks like it separates that way, but I don't really see any screws. Because if I were able to remove this lower frame here, then I'd be able to access both slots. But that's a fair point. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, that WAN slot might be whitelisted, right? So it might be screwed anyway. Come on, you bastards. Why don't you let me do my completely absurd thing that really it can't be justified. All right, let me set that aside. Did this HP laptop have a slot I could use? No, not really. Its WAN slot's also kind of hard to access, so I don't think that's going to happen. So I think at this point I'm down to the option of just doing the 1 card with the PCIe adapter, which, you know, I had hoped not to do. Was not my preferred approach, just because it's boring. I mean, what? It's going to be a capture card. Who fucking cares? But it will give me an opportunity to do something with this stupid little shit, who we've had run-ins with before. A couple weeks ago, we had a very good time insulting this little computer, and now, he's back. Au contraire, mein Capitan. He's back. I think I got the 10th Windows onto this thing. Now, there's also the fact that I could just go get another one of these adapters. I can probably roll over to RePC and find one, you know. So, you know, there's that. IEC. Take this one, plug that in there. And I think, does this machine have DisplayPort or? Oh, gross! All it has is DVI. Ugh. Sorry, I'm readjusting everything, so I have to think, how do I want to do this? My DVI cable. Oh, computer on. Whoops. I don't want that, actually. Computer off. This machine is from a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't even thought about. Oh, you know what? That's got. Is this an Intel desktop board? Okay, on a total whim, I'm going to try this RAM from this little appliance motherboard in this system. 'Cause what if it worked? What would we do, right? What would you even do at that point if it worked? I also happen to know this RAM works. This cable, here we go. Let's plug HDMI in. No beeps so far. Okay. Let's check the display port as well. Entering power save mode. Okay, and then just for kicks. Yeah, they don't even beep. Yeah, nah. Haha, nope. Hello, Soba. How are you? She's wolging. All right. This machine ended up being a tremendous disappointment when I found out that... No, I can't remember why it was a disappointment, but I was very dissatisfied with it. One weird thing about it, though, is that it takes SODIMMs, but in desktop-style slots, which I have seen before, but it's still weird every time. All right. This has that god-awful, like, eMMC. Oh, whoops. I was putting it in backwards. Oh, that's cute. I just discovered this. This little bracket is meant to screw down into the back screw of the micro ATX or ITX pattern. That's pretty entertaining. I must have an HDMI to DVI adapter. I've got to have one. Give me a sec, because I'd rather not have to plug in my DVI cable. I want to leave it where it is. All right, give me one moment to go look for it. So I can't find the appropriate adapter from DVI to HDMI, and that raises a new question, which is how exactly am I going to get something into this port to capture? Well, that's a problem for later me. Let's get the thing recognized first. Let me get this cable untangled. And we're just going to go ahead and run this on the 4.3 display. Let's put that there, plug this in. Where did I put my keyboard? There it is. Can't remember what the hardware on this ended up being. I think it's an i3, I want to say. But an i3 is basically a fucking Celeron, so. Startup repair, what? Wait, is this Windows 7? Why did I put Windows 7 on here? Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. It'll work. Good enough. Okay. Alright, let me go download the software for this thing. Oh, was this an Atom? Is that what it was? I honestly cannot remember. It wouldn't surprise me either way. I'm almost done getting the software here. I mean, Windows 7 has been ancient for quite some time. I don't know that I would say that you can't use it if you want still. No. I think we're starting to see things that actually won't run on it now that I think about it. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Shit. Where's a mouse? I don't have a mouse handy. I have a PS2 mouse. Where the hell's my USB mouse? I think it's in the cabinet. Alright, one sec. Let me take that. I move a handful of laptops. A battery falls out of one of them. No, this is normal. Don't worry about it. Okay. I forgot that I had purchased the most generic mouse possible. USB. Laser. You know, I wonder if I even have graphics drivers installed on this machine. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Because I'm looking at the resolutions and thinking to myself, like, maybe that's the resolution of the monitor. Nope. Okay, yeah, well, that's going to be a problem. So that's an 8086 0BE2. Okay, let me go get one of those. Un moment. Un moment. OBE2. That is a... Oh, gross. 82946GZ. Okay, that's an Atom on board. Okay, let me make sure this is 64-bit. I'll be really mad if I didn't install 64. Oh my god. Why did I install 32? What is wrong with me? Maybe it's because of some software I was trying to run? I don't know. Well, whatever. I found the drivers, so. And apparently I've downloaded them before. That's encouraging. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I think, yeah, maybe you're right about that. I can't remember if there are 64-bit Atoms. But that probably is why I did that. Okay. Let's drive some Yeah, I think the later ones are... Oh, come the fuck on! What do you mean? I'm running Windows 7... 32-bit, and I've got the exact goddamn... All right, let me look at the goddamn int files. Yeah, this is the wrong file. This is the wrong driver. So it's Atom D2XX integrated. All right, let me see. It's impossible to Google this. I mean, you're not supposed to be in this situation. Atoms aren't for you, you know. Oh, whoops, there it was. It's a D2550. Okay, there we go. The Google result shows that they had a driver for this. And I click on the page, and it says no drivers found. I don't need this shit. You get to a point where you're just like, I'll just get it from driver guide. Who cares if I get a virus? The machines are write-off anyway. Okay, LAN, audio, VGA. There we go. Okay, MSI deployed this chip in a machine, and supposedly they have a driver that works. Yeah, I thought this was a slightly newer generation, but maybe I installed 32 just for safety. Okay, here we go again now. You son of a bitch. Ow, fuck off. Why does my mouse wheel not work? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, and of course, it's gonna take so long. You know what? No, I don't even want Windows Arrow right now. I'll do that later. I've just realized that the DVI connectors that are attached to these capture cards are simply the raw connector soldered to a cable and then wrapped in like friction tape. Oh, that is cursed. Ugh. That is not very pleasant. Okay, I will restart this computer later. So at least we got that done. And then let's go ahead and copy these over. 100 gecs is not a band that I generally would listen to, but I am extremely impressed by their work. I've heard some stuff I liked. There's like stuff that I'll listen to casually and stuff that I'll like nod if it comes on. If somebody else puts it on, I'll be like, damn, that's pretty good. But then I'm not going to go home and listen to it myself. Okay, that one comes second. First we have to do this one. Oh, shit. Oh, god damn it. Windows 64. It doesn't end. Oh, man. I wonder if this even supports 32-bit. Alright, let me go back to the AverMedia site. Downloads. Win7 x86. Okay. At least there's that. extremely funny that 83 people are watching me install drivers. But I mean, I can't tell you what to do with your day. Oh, by the way, the installer is freaking Nullsoft. Oh, man. This is not a consumer product. This is an industrial product. So it's pretty slipshod. I mean, NSIS is good. It's just, you know, if this was a consumer-oriented product, this would absolutely be an install shield. No question. Boy, that's taken a while. I was probably installing like DirectX or something like that. Okay, let's see if our device is installed. Oh. What? There it is. Oh, it's there. Oh, it's there. Gosh, dang, golly. And then let's see if we can increase our resolutions. Oh, we can. All right, 1280 should be adequate. Okay, okay. Despite all the bullshit, we are moving along, moving along, moving along. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. This is what I want. There we go. You'll get to see why I'm sad that I couldn't install both cards pretty quickly upon launching the software. There we go. Okay, let's set that to... Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Source is either VGA or HDMI. There's your resolution selector up to 1080. Okay. So, actually, I'm sorry, I guess you can't see the joke of Bart Simpson rude. Also, the camera is overdriven, so give me a second and I'll fix that. Actually, can I fix that by turning it down here? Yes. That pretty much worked. Okay, so this piece of software, AverMedia Capture Studio, is the only program I have ever seen that is able to capture multiple continuous streams at once. Now, yes, I know. Well, just run 2 copies of this program. Just run 2 copies of this program. No, no, no. One program records 2 streams to 2 separate files. As far as I know, this can do that. I've never seen anything else that can do that. There's really no good reason for it. If you want to do that without running multiple programs that don't know about each other and aren't going to necessarily coexist on the same machine very well, I challenge you to find me a solution. I've never seen it done. CCTV, sure, yeah. I've never seen a CCTV program, though. I've only seen CCTV ecosystems, you know, where there's a whole, you know, it's an entire, well, anyway. But yeah, so what this is intended for, and this was the whole plan with this machine. For anybody who wasn't there to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and reiterate, now that I've gotten pretty much to the end of the story, what this is. So this was the box that we started with. This is a media site, I think RL120, something like that, made by Sonic Foundry. And the basic idea is that this is an appliance that you put in a classroom, and you'd have 2 DVI ports here into which you can run 2 separate video sources. So, for instance, a camera output, so you can show a presenter as they're talking, and then an input from a computer, so you can show the slideshow that they're delivering. And then it bundles those both up and sends them as separate streams to a streaming server. And that's it. And the whole point of it is just to be a turnkey appliance for remote learning. This is actually pre-COVID, but it's still unquestionably a grift. I guarantee you this is some asshole who was like, oh, I see how I can fuck the government out of some money by delivering the absolute bare goddamn minimum product for their RFP, because that's how all RFPs work. Nobody pursues government contracts who isn't a fucking fraudster. So I'm guessing everybody involved in this was a scumbag. I'll just go ahead and libel them. I don't care. But at any rate, what the device ostensibly does is as simple as that. There's a lot of products like this out there. And this one had, 2 AverMedia cards. One in this PCIe slot on a little riser, which is what we're using in here, and then it had another one directly in this mini PCIe slot here. And that's it. It's just 2 capture cards, 1 box, and it ran Windows embedded. Probably, I'm guessing, Vista or 7 embedded. This is too new to be XP. Well, no, but still. Anyway. And that's it. That's really it. So there's nothing special about this machine. It turned out to be an Intel desktop board anyway, except for the fact that I don't really have anything else that I can easily get these 2 cards into. Now, I don't need that functionality. It's not useful for anything. But with that said, the real joke of it, though, is when I learned about this thing, I bought that box I just showed you on eBay for $33 shipped. And you can go get one of your own if you're interested, because this might be useful to you. It turns out these little mini PCI capture cards will do HDMI, DVI, VGA, and what said YUV. I don't know. Well, you can go look it up. But basically, it does everything from SD up to 1080p, uncompressed. So that's pretty cool. But the specs say 1080p 60, and I didn't realize till after I bought it that it only accepts a 1080p 60 signal. It can't record. It can only capture 1080p 30. So, that said, $33 for 2 such cards, if you have something to put them in, that's cool. That's actually kind of cool if you have a use for that. And for all I know, it'll do 720p 60, or it'll do 480i at a decent quality. I'm not sure. The point is, I didn't, end up with nothing, but I do wish the thing had been what I hoped it was. I shouldn't have got my hopes up. I knew it was old. But that was the whole goal here, was just to get the dual stream capture thing going, and that did not pan out. So that's a bummer. But since we're here, so we have the question of how are we going to get something plugged into this DVI connector, because I can't find my DVI to HDMI adapter. I'm going to go check with Daria, see if she has one. But I had this idea for testing it, which is, if it'll do VGA, then let's do VGA. So let's Alexi, I have absolutely no idea if, how the two compare. As far as I know, they've both made some very good products. I'm not sure there really is a comparison between them. I think they're probably both quite good. Okay, let me find a VGA cable here. Yeah, here's one. Ah, shit. I was hoping I'd come across my HDMI adapter down here, but no joy. Okay. And then I'll talk about that camera on the desk momentarily. I was hoping to get to talk about it when I can hook it up, but anyway, let's just loop the VGA output from the PC back into the capture card, and then we'll turn on second output. Wait. Oh. Right. Onboard graphics, I don't think will do dual output. I don't think it's capable of it. I mean, I could be wrong. Does this even have the Intel software? Well, just for shits, let me go ahead and reboot it. Oh, yeah, Blackmagic is, man, Blackmagic Black magic is fun. They're like, black magic is, hey, here's a device that should cost $25,000. Instead, it costs $2,500. And it works really, really, really well doing one thing a particular way. If you deviate, you're going to hell. Like, yeah. Their stuff is like, it's capable of being extremely good, but unbelievably finicky, buggy, and it's weird because what the hell is the point of it if you can't rely on it, you know, on the one hand. But on the other hand, if it's letting you do stuff that you otherwise just could not do at your budget level, then... Okay, yeah. I'm thinking this probably only has a single output. Bummer. Let me look around a little bit more. This is one of those things where, you know, there's absolutely no question that there is an HDMI to DVI adapter somewhere in here. But I could search for 3 hours and probably not find it. I am looking. I have an HDMI coupler. Oh man, that's annoying. All right. I'm going to set my headset down for a moment and go look around. Thanks, Mitch. If you could just run that over. right, well, so no dice. Hang on a second. Oh, apparently, John, the other person who bought the John, you joined too late. I don't know if you're in chat, but I bought the media site. I absolutely cannot get it to post. We spent like an hour and a half or longer trying everything under the sun, and the godforsaken thing would not post. So, yeah. Did you have any weirdness with yours? And what are you using as memory? Because I tried a whole bunch of stuff. None of it worked. It appears to just be an Intel desktop board. It really shouldn't be picky, but I'm kind of not excluding anything at this point. Because if the machine was from 2006, then I would just go, oh, okay, there's blown caps somewhere, and I just can't see them. But it ain't. So I really don't think that's super likely. So, yeah, I don't know. Gives me pause. It's also just a bummer, you know? I was really hoping it would work. So what we're doing right now is I pulled the mini PCIe cards, I should say, and for my next trick, well, I've got it connected and the drivers are installed and everything, but I'm currently struggling to find a way to get video into it because I don't seem to have anything that'll adapt to DVI other than from VGA, which, God damn it, here's 2 more VGA to DVI adapters. Yeah, I just don't have one anywhere. So my only option is going to be, it's going to have to be VGA. All right, give me a sec. What machine am I going to use as a VGA source? Because that's not hard to come up with. Just, how about this one? Let's see if it still has a charge. Nope. The battery on the Samsung, the one with Phoenix Hyperspace, was working perfectly for quite some time, but apparently it finally self-discharged. What about this one? Nope. Okay, so I've got nothing here with a live battery, so we'll just have to juice something up. That's fine. Let me find a power supply here. Okay, that looks like it'll work. Bonded grounds. Boy, have I ever made quite the mess trying to get this working. What time is it? Like 5 o'clock? 4:37. Okay. Part of me is tempted just to go over and pick up the appropriate adapter from RePC. Took me about half an hour. Oh, weird. Oh, whoops. This does not actually fit. Oh, yeah. Center pin's too big. Whoops. Is this even the right voltage? Oops, daisy. That's a 12 volt. I just fed this. Well, assuming the center pin contacted, I just fed this machine way too much voltage. All right, let me find the appropriate adapter for this thing. Hoping the center pin did. It's not going to hurt anything. The input tolerance is probably quite wide. Like, truth be told, you could probably connect 19 volts to virtually any laptop and it would work. Here we go. This is the power supply for this one. Something might get warm. Oh, weird. Huh. I'm sure this is the right supply, but that doesn't really fit either. Well, whatever. Let's try it. It says Asus. This is an Asus. 12-volt, 3 amp. This should be it. Strange. Me. This doesn't seem to be working the way I expect. Maybe I should find out why? Nah. Nah, no need. Okay, yep, and looks like it's powering up. Sorry, I realize you could not see most of that, but what can I do? Oh, you know what? The screen went back to low resolutions. Wait. What? Oh. Huh. Hang on a second. Maybe it is working. Wonder what the red X is all about. Oh, there we go. It was not enabled. Okay. Sorry, bad camera angle. By the way, just as an update. Hello. Hello. Hi. She Wolge. So baba. So baba. Ba ba da ba da ba. Hello. Hello. Hi. Bonk. Okay. Oh, you're right. It did say that display output was disabled in Windows. I remember now. So let's go back to that. Go here. And set this to extend desktop. I just don't know why it says there's 3 displays. That's peculiar. Oh, no. Hey, it's working. I mean, duh. Like, why wouldn't it be? But, all right, what resolution is this? 19. Oh, right. It just went natively to the maximum resolution of the thing. So 1920 by 1080. That's peculiar. Well, it's certainly not previewing it at that resolution. But there could be lots of reasons for that. How about, let's see. If we go to video quality, no deinterlacing. I guess we could try just capturing an image and seeing what we get. Let's do that. Capture image. Let's do PNG. Settings. Yep. Single. Let's see if we get a full resolution capture. Yeah, there's some interesting scaling going on. I don't know if that's intentional. Soba. Soba, I wish you wouldn't. I wish you wouldn't claw at that. It would be preferred. Soba, stop it! Wow, she is not stopping. She's doing this specifically to bother me. She's clawing up something I don't want her to claw up. Soba. Noba. Out. You will get attention later. Well. Huh. Let me check the properties on this. Yeah, it's, okay. So it says it captured at 1920 by 1080. Doesn't look very good, though. Really awful, like, pixel clock issues. Yeah, Cobb Spiker, that's what I did, and it didn't work for some reason. Probably, yeah, I don't know why. Okay, well, at any rate, that's probably because it's capturing over VGA. But we've at least moved forward. Oh my, okay, sorry, I'm being silly here. Let's, give me a moment. Give me a moment. We don't need a laptop anymore. Let's switch I see a much smarter way to do this. Okay. Our preview monitor. We hook that up to the VGA output. Yeah. And then we loop the DVI around from the output to the capture card. There we go. Where was that other DVI? I just had another DVI cable. Oh, no. I just had one. It was in my hand not 5 minutes ago. I know where a bag with a whole bunch is, but still. Oh, that's it. Look out, Soba. Oh, she's making trouble today. She is upset that she is not receiving attention. She will have her satisfaction. No, it's not in this bin either. Okay, so I have to go all the fuck the way out and dig it out of the other one. Fine, I'm not mad. Why would I be mad? I'll be right back. Hello. Yeah, I've seen 1080p on VGA before, direct to a monitor, and it looked fine. So it can be done. Oh, sorry. Fine is a strong term. It looked passable. Oh my god. What? No! Oh my god, it's a DVI A cable. It's got the 4 pins. Who would do this? What kind? Oh, now I have to go out again and get another one. Hello, Saba. Hello, hi. Okay. DVI-D cable. That should connect fine right there. Okay. Now we have to hook up our VGA. And that'll be interesting because we're gonna have to get the monitor switched over. I'm sure the OS is not gonna correctly. Yeah, it will not understand. Oh my god, it's set to 1920 by 1080. It's never going to work. That's fine. That's fine. What am I thinking? I'll just plug the cable back in the way it was and fix it. Ugh. Oh. Whoa. There's a picture now. Oh, wait. My camera's frozen. What's going on? There we go. Okay. Yeah, for some reason that worked. Okay. So this is interesting. It says multiple monitors Oh, there we go. Extend these displays. So for some reason, it thinks there's a digital flat panel attached. I have no idea what that's about. Man, strange. All right, so let's do Alt-A. Okay, that looks like it's getting better. Or are we on... Nope, we're on monitor number 2 now. Ah, damn it. That did not fix the problem. Okay, let me just plug the DVI back in. Extend displays. Yeah, but I didn't want to only use on 2. I wanted to leave them both on so I could try and figure... Wait, how am I on monitor 2 again? What? Oh, okay. The desktop is winding up. I get it now. All right, I'll wait. Oh, it's the LVDS. You're right. You're right. That's what it is. Ah, crap. I completely forgot the LVDS connector was on there. That's why I was confused. Fixed. There, I fixed it. No, I fixed it. Okay, so then what we need to do is plug in the VGA. Okay, it auto-detects that. Okay, good. We're over on the VGA. That's what we want. And we're going to... Now, if we unplug the other Dell monitor, I think it's all going to go to hell. Let's see. Yep, we're over on display number 2 again. My God, it does not end. Display management in Windows is so bad. No, Nobot, get off the laptop. Don't purr at me. I can feel you rumbling. Stop that. It won't work. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to extend desktop onto that one. And I think I'm going to wind up with... okay. Now, am I on the VGA right now? I think I am. So I'm going to... Well, wait. This is currently your main display. Okay, that's fine. So I think that's the VGA. God forbid it label it. Okay, now when I unplug the DVI, it's going to put me on desktop 2 again. Yep. Holy shit! God, I hate this! This is the dumbest waste of time in my entire life to date. Nothing I've ever done is stupider than what is going on right now. This is the stupidest shit. Make this my main goddamn display. Okay. Now we're on the VGA. It's misaligned. Why? It was never misaligned before. Why now? VGA should never have existed, and I mean that. Never. There was never an excuse for it. We should have had digital monitors back in the goddamn 80s. We had digital monitors. We started out on the PC platform with digital monitors, and then we got rid of them because we're awful. There was no reason for analog output to ever exist. It serves no purpose. I mean, the graphics cards are intrinsically digital. I'll fight you. No. No. I'm telling you, when you plug in the DVI, it's turning off the fucking VGA. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what it's doing. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. I'm not mad. Don't tell the news that I got mad. Hang on a second. Okay, so do I have a USB cable for this? That one right there should do it. There we go. I think there's only a mild probability of what I'm about to try actually working. I don't think it's going to work. Where's the other end of this cable? There it is. In fact, will this even work without a power supply? I'm not sure. All right, device management. Yeah, that's not showing up. That's what I thought. Okay, well, I have a Dell power supply up here, so let's try that. This is a Dell dock that's intended for one particular machine, but it's ultimately just a USB to DVI, you know, it's USB graphics card, display link, whatever it's called. So there's really no reason it shouldn't work. Okay, that adapter appears to be plugged in. Let's that out here. Okay, boodink, 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 boodink. But I don't know if this needs drivers or if it'll just work. Oh, cable association enter data transfer. No, this isn't going to work without drivers. And they're very specific to that particular Dell machine. So, yeah, this is becoming increasingly a waste of time in the sense that in the time I've spent on this, I could have just driven to RePC, gotten the appropriate adapter, and come back, and we'd be good to go. Nah, it's too much effort. I'm not putting any more work into that. It didn't work immediately, so I'm not going to bother. No point, no point, no point, no point, no point. Give me a minute. I'm just going to put the Cat Jam song on loop and drive to RePC and come back. I'm so mad at this. It's just such a silly situation, you know, for want of, you know, why the hell don't I have one of these around? Yeah, you know what? That's actually what I'm going to do. Because, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because, really, this isn't testing what I want to test anyway. What I want to test is the camera that I've got here. And, no way. Hey. Get out. Get out of here. No way. Fuck off. Ah. That's dumb. It's dumb. Ah. I didn't actually want to drive over to the store. I did not want to do that, so I'm glad this just materialized. All right. All right. Now, ladies. So let's plug that in there. Christ. Oh, it's dumb. It's so dumb. Everything's dumb. Speaking of dumb, where's the power brick for this thing? Where's the power brick for this thing? Where did I damn put it? Is it under here? No. Is it up there? Yes. Hang on. Let's just untangle some things. There we go. It's this little guy. Just a little guy. Well. All right, so I told you earlier I would explain what this was. So I was at the RePC the other day, and I found this guy here. Now, generally speaking, there's nothing interesting about PTZ conference cameras. They are a massive growth industry in a category of, how to explain, best way to put it is, it's a category that the Chinese electronics market convinced themselves was a massive growth industry, and so there are thousands and thousands and thousands of companies producing these things. I get ads trying to get me to review these on the weekly. And they look like, so, you know, everybody has made cameras that look like this. You know, Sony and Polycom and Avaya and Cisco and everybody under the sun has made a device that looks exactly like this. And, yeah, they're just worthless, right? Well, so the wild thing is, me being a video person, I actually accidentally discovered that I do have uses for this. First off, this is actually quite a nice camera. Like, it's actually quite a nice camera. I will show you. It looks great. I showed it off a little bit earlier, but I didn't get a chance to do the full 9 yards, and I'll do that. But secondly, pardon me, sorry, let me compose my thoughts here. What I was initially looking for, the reason that I noticed this and got excited about it when I saw it and bothered to look into it, is because I was actually hoping to get a Vadio Robo shot, because I had been told about them, and I found some really cheap ones on eBay, but I wasn't ready to buy one yet. But I learned that they make a version that does NDI directly and runs off power over Ethernet. So I could actually use this as a webcam. If I had one of those, I could use it as a webcam where I could just have it hanging off an Ethernet cable. That's it. Just a 50-foot Ethernet cable, take it wherever I want to go. That's cool, right? That's super neat. You just point it wherever you want and then set it down, and it'll stay there, right? So that's, you know, you don't have to bother with a tripod. That's cool. Okay? Super cool. Well, okay, long story short, I think I found out that the versions that are on eBay are all the ones that use whatever the hell it is, that frickin' camera protocol that's used for these. I don't care about it. Basically, they don't do that. They do other formats. They do HD-based T. They do RTSP. Yeah, whatever. Garbage. Anyway. This one, once I found out that I couldn't do that, I was immediately uninterested. But then I noticed something that really gave me pause. So if you look at the back here. Okay, so first off, it has HDMI, and that spits out 1080p 60. And I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting 30 or less. Because a lot of these, like Chinese cameras, they'll give you big numbers up front, but you find out that they can only actually take pictures once every, you know, it's like 12 FPS or whatever. I mean, for Christ's sake, this thing has a composite video output on it, right? You expect this to just be the you know, the trashiest shit imaginable, but actually, it does 1080p 60, and I'll show you how good the picture looks. It looks fantastic. But the really exciting thing is that it has HD SDI, and it is so hard to get quality devices with HD SDI output without spending a fortune that I really was... yeah, I was bowled over by that. And it'll actually do 1080p 60 over that. So that's great. I mean, I don't need 3G SDI as far as I know. I don't know what I would use that for. Now, I got it home. I bought it. I did not pay $250 for it, by the way. It says $250. I didn't pay anything anywhere close to that. But I got it home before I realized that it uses a center pin connector. Which, what? Why do that? I don't get it. But anyway, so turn that on, and then it's going to do its little dance. Come on. Come on, bud. Wait, did I unplug the power from this thing? Oh, I guess I did. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Gut bomb, yes. My last day of work was yesterday, and I was absolutely miserable all week, including yesterday. Today is the first day I have felt remotely good, especially because I had food poisoning for the last 3 days. Okay, so, all right, let's address this. I was not necessarily coming in here preparing to argue about whether the HD SDI could or couldn't. I'm sorry, I swear I have seen 1080p 60 over just plain HD SDI. 3G is, I'm pretty sure, for 4K and higher bit depth and, you know, extra audio channels and whatnot, but I could swear that just HD SDI will do 1080p 60. Otherwise, what's the point? What would you run over it? I don't understand what it would be for. But doesn't matter because we can simply answer the question. I have a shitty little display here. Actually, it's a Lilliput, which I think is one of those uplifted Chinese brands, if I remember correctly. So let's just rotate this guy. By the way, I found out that all of these PTZ cameras, every single one of them is built off the same mold. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know who was patient zero, but they're all based off the exact same mold. And one of the things they do is they all have this style of switch on here. It's like a hex switch or something like that, and it just directly selects what resolution this thing will output. So 1080p 60, P50, 1080i 60 and 50, which is very exciting, 720p 60 and 50, and then it gets down to P30, P25, and it even does standard definition. So that's handy. Anyway, let's fire this bad boy up. Oh, that's right. I have it flipped. Okay. Ooh. Oh man, does this do? This does diagnostics, right? It'll be really funny if after my blustering, if this cannot do. Oh no, there it is. SDI 1080 P60. And I can tell, you can't tell, but I can tell that it is running at 60. Definitely. So that's terrific. Also, I always like to make this point. Hang on, let me just... Yeah, screw that. Let's just take a look at how long it takes to negotiate HD SDI. Okay, we're out. Okay, I'm going to push it in. Push. Done. It is fucking stupid for any display interface in history to take longer than that to identify the signal. And I will fight you all day long on this. It's stupid. It's stupid for HDMI, for VGA, for any of it. I don't care how far back you go, and I'll give you exactly one reason why. The signal is 60 FPS, which means that it takes exactly 1/60th of a second to get all the information you're ever going to get about the signal. Done. It's a minimum of 60 hertz. It cannot possibly take more than a 60th of a second to identify what kind of signal it's operating with. And if the display can update at 60 FPS, then that's it. No excuse. No excuse. End of story. I will never forgive any device for taking longer than a 60th of a second to negotiate a display connection. It just makes me so fucking mad. All right. So, having done that, the new question is, I didn't participate, but I did see the debate over whether this DVI adapter would work. I saw all your justifications. I don't think any of them matter. The question is whether it works or not whether it's supposed to work. So, will it work? No. Oh, wait, shit. Source is set to VGA. Oh, it changed resolution. Let's fix that. 1080. Oh, it's working. It's working. I don't know if this atom has enough strength to. Oops. That's not what I intended to do. There we go. All right. So obviously we get horrifying tear. I have no idea why that's happening. But yeah, the damn fucking thing works. And it's definitely capturing it. Well, this preview looks a little hinky. Let's go ahead and capture a PNG and go take a look at it, because it looks like it's not quite doing what it should be doing. But that might just be the preview. Oh, yeah, 3,500 kilobytes. Definitely some data there. Oh, whoa. Oh, well, I was going to say it looks kind of junky up close, but that could actually be because of the camera, for all I know. No, this isn't basic Visa. I installed the actual Intel graphics accelerator drivers. This should be performant. But at any rate, hey, it works. Let's let me get a cable here. Plug into. Oh, that's right. There's no Ethernet drivers on here. Shit. What about So to pan and to tilt and to zoom this thing, you have to access it over the web interface. I think there may have been a remote control for it at some point, but I didn't get it. Let's see if this man can do it. It probably doesn't have enough battery. Yeah, the picture on this thing is terrific. I'm going to plug it into my new Aver Media capture card shortly and show you what it looks like through a decent capture device. But yeah. Oh no, you know what? I'm sorry, I just realized this is not going to work because this device doesn't have a static IP. It needs DHCP. I just remembered this. And the only cable I have available at the moment is plugged into my laptop. Oh, here we go. Here's another cable. Ooh, that is... Huh. I found another cable here, but for some reason it is incredibly stiff. What the hell? It's a... it's just like a normal Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable. It's not like stiff because it's Cat 6 or anything. I think it's actually Cat 5. I think it's just old and or poorly made. It's a very light, almost canary blue, so that might have something to do with it. Okay, there we go. All right, so that should get an IP. Yeah, but that's a hub, not a switch. I'm not plugging a hub into my home network. Okay, so let me go jump into the console on this thing. There we go. So obviously, like, there's nothing impressive about, like, hey, it pans, it tilts, it zooms, right? So there you go. Yep. Yep, duh. Okay, nothing remarkable there. But let me plug in. Where is the end of the cable? Ugh. By the way, big ups to the Aver Media capture card. I'm quite impressed. It ended up working. I'm really excited to find another machine I can put both of those in and run the double capture software. I don't know if it's a video-worthy thing. I don't think it is. That's why I decided to just do it here on the stream. It's like, whatever. But, you know, overall, this was fun. You know, I like the little card. I'd like to experiment with other input signals with it. Okay, so let me show you what I wanted to show you here. So, first off, you can see, if you're getting the full resolution stream, that you know, this is definitely P60. Looks great, nice and smooth. By the way, there's the camera we're normally looking at. Oh. And this is what excites me. Look at this. Look at this. Like, this is not that impressive as cameras go, but it is at the same time. Here, let's see. I don't know that I can turn off the autofocus, which is kind of irritating. Okay, yeah, so I can't quite focus that. Yeah, I'm manually focusing that through the web interface. So I'm going to focus in, focus in. Oh, let's come out a little bit more. Okay, and then let's zoom out a little bit more. Okay. There. That's spot on. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out. Well, I got this one for $70, and you could probably find them for something like that. You know, new, they vary. They're all over the place from, you know, $80 up to several thousand. I may have just gotten lucky here. Oh, it's definitely not a parfocal zoom. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I'm going to set that. Okay, we'll zoom out. It just gets up in there. It's not that wide. Oh, also the Chinese manufacturer, if they, they can be believed, they say they're using a Panasonic sensor. So yeah, it's like not half bad. And then there's me, by the way. All right. So now check this out. Everybody watching? All right. Those are presets that I'm recalling. Look how consistent it is. Automatic focus puller. Yeah, baby! Ain't that rad? Look at that. I love it. It focuses through its own, the dust on its own lens. It's one of my favorite things about camcorder lenses. So yeah, pretty much any PTZ camera can do this, but I never thought it would look this good. Yeah, you know what? This is another great preset. Let's go ahead and set that. It really doesn't want to hold the focus like that. It really wants to for obvious reasons. There we go. But it does mean that, yeah, so now we can get it to do that. But I just love these violent whip pans that it'll do. Like, that's sick. That's sick. That is so sick. That looked so good. I want to use this in a video. So there's no reason from a mechanical standpoint. This has the control circuitry that it could emulate a parafocal lens. They just didn't bother because for conference calls, which is the only reason this exists, you don't need it. But they totally could. How far? By the way, the dust was actually in the middle of the close focus range. We can get in closer than that. Like if we zoom out here. See? We just went past it, and we were focused inside the lens. There we go. Yeah. Holy shit. What? It's still going. Okay, I'm just going to stop. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. But this is a pretty dope preset. Let's set that. Yeah, what does it look like when we rotate this? God, that's cool! Yes! Oh, shit, that was rad! Can we see that again? Good Lord! Like, okay. Let's go back out here. Actually, let's pan this way over here and then run the focus way in. Right? Then we'll set that. Okay, and now when we recall from here. Okay, well, actually, that one kind of, because it doesn't sync the focus and the travel, it's unfortunately not quite as, yeah. Yeah, anyway. With a good cinematographer, you could program some really neat... Look at that! Look at that whip pan! Shoo! In this case, the rolling shutter is actually a neat effect. Really, though, that's the shit. That's such a good shot. And the thing is, like, I think there's an API for this, or at least there is for other ones. This one's very generic. This is a super Chinese clone of, like, a Polycom-style one. And I'm just using the web interface. If I were to write my own, like, software to control this, I think I could get some really wild effects out of it. And yeah, exactly, right? Like, I love video. I'm not very good at making it myself, all things told. But the fact that I can have the machine do it, it just opens up so many options. Yeah, I go buy one of these if you can find one for a good deal. I should probably get you the name because I didn't even tell you what the name was. It is a... Oh, that's right. The name isn't actually in the web interface. This thing is so cheap. This is a VHD-V61, and I believe that's a Value HD brand. I think that's the brand name on it, which is like definitely Super China. Can we get that in focus? Oh, we can't. Oh, wow. Okay, it can't turn any tighter than that. Hang on, let me. There we go. Okay, watch this. Okay, so first off, the focus on the reflection is dope. Okay, but also, oh, look at the detail. Look at the detail. Ah. Right, yeah. Why does it have SDI? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, it's good times, eh? I realize I buried the lead on this whole stream, but I had really hoped to demo this through the AverMedia. It just kind of didn't quite work out. But I suspect that any PTZ camera can do this, and there are tons of them. Tons of them. So, do your research before you waste any money. Because there's security camera. Basically, so I'll tell you this. This is via the HDMI output. This also has an RTSP output, and it looks like shit. Let me show you what that looks like. That should be it, right? No? Wait. 5.55. Oh, right, because of the damn slash. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, that does not even compare. All right, let me get a window capture set up here. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's going to come across in the stream. So this is the RTSP output. That's the real thing. That's via HDMI. So you can see there's a bit of a decrease in... Actually, wow, that looks more similar than I remembered. Hang on a second. Is this just because my monitor or something? Maybe it's not that different. Wow, that is serviceable. Wait. Hold up. Oh, but the problem is it won't do the P60. It will not do the P60. So, let me... shit. There we go. So you can see it's a lot crunchier, and there's no way to prevent that. It's just, that's the way it is. But still, looks pretty good. I would say the quality of this compared to the security cameras I looked at is stellar. Absolutely stellar. And yes, exactly. Like as a webcam, that's because I'm running, there's two copies of the video, one on top of one another. But yeah, like it really does look terrific. Let me just turn this thing around and show you what this would look like if you were just using it as a webcam. Oh, whoops. Wait. Oh, I see. Yeah, hi. Hello. It's terrific. It looks absolutely incredible. Now, I'm capturing this through an AverMedia, is it an AverMedia or an Elgato? Whatever. I'm capturing it through like I think it's an Elgato like HD Game Capture X, whatever. So I spent some money on that. And you would not want to use the RTSP output because let me just go ahead and show you this part. I can demonstrate. Here we go. You can already kind of see what I'm going to show you, but There we go. So I've split this half and half. The RTSP is on the left, and I'm just going to turn around here, and you can see that's, what is that, a 4-second delay? So I have never seen RTSP any faster than that on Chinese cameras, so I really think it's endemic to the breed. I think they all get the... I should just do my streams like this, though. This is pretty good. Anyway, but yeah, I think the RTSP feature is just sort of rolled in there because it's free, essentially. I don't think they really give a shit about it. I guess it would let you use it as a security camera, like for actual security purposes, where you don't care if it's live or not. But yeah, that's the other thing. It's HDMI. Is HDMI. So if you have a capture card that you're willing to use already, between the options, I feel like saying that between the options of trying to find a webcam that's as good as the Elgato Facecam or better, which, by the way, has no focus control. It's got no... I may actually use this as my webcam on future videos. I don't know. It's really big and hard to set up, but the quality of it is so stellar that I'm tempted to do so anyway. But... yeah, whatever. Yeah, you get the picture. If you could find one of these for $50 and you've got a capture card already, then it beats the hell out of using a mirrorless or a camcorder. Not that they make good camcorders anymore. So, and the fact you can do like cool tricks with it. You can program in PTZ presets and do like cool whip pans as part of a live stream. Like, come on, who can argue with that, right? So, God, that looks good. That just looks so good. And yeah, exactly, Ruby, you're right. Like, it pisses me off so much. Razer and Elgato and Logitech, their cameras, they cost so much, and they're not using sensors anywhere near as good as this. Okay, check this out. Hang on. Oh man, this is great. Whoops. Ooh, overshot. Get it together. Too far. Ah, too far. Oh no. I got the pan tilt speed turned up too high. There we go. You can adjust it. Low light performance. I haven't really tested. We can do that now. Give me a sec, though. There we go. Okay. Oh, shit. There's hairs on my microphone. Okay. All right. Nail the focus. Well, I guess the screen's a little blurry, so. Anyway. What can you say, right? Yeah, let's kill the lights here. Okay, so it gets a little... I just turned the lights off in here completely, all right? So it's like, it's not dark, but like there's shadows where I can't see anything, okay? And yeah, like the Elgato Facecam is like over $100, I think. So if you paid $250 for this, I don't think you'd regret it, assuming that it fits in the place you want to put it. That's the big thing. And there's grain, but even then, it's not that bad. I don't know. I was not planning on using this in a video, but I was thinking of maybe shooting a video with it so I could do those cool whip pan effects. But now, I don't know. It might be neat to buy some of the highest end webcams and stack them up next to this. And you know what? The Logitech doesn't have optical zoom. That pisses me off so much. Webcams should have optical zoom. They all should. So I'm going to slowly bring up the lights in here because I have dimmable lights. So, okay, so I just turned the lights on to the lowest setting. You can barely tell that they're on at all with the naked eye, like if you don't look at the lights themselves. But you can already see that's a significant increase in visibility. Tap it again. Yeah, oh man, that's a huge jump just from a tiny jump IRL. Yes, that is one of those. So that was an external CD writer, but it's not SCSI. It is parallel, which you probably didn't realize was a thing. I certainly didn't. Readers, yes, but not writers. And yeah, I would love to take one of these apart and find out how big the sensor is. I'm very curious. Here's another question. I don't know if this has a Oh, you know what? This does have a physical iris in it, come to think of it. But let's see. I want to see what it does with this. So that's interesting. I don't have any exposure control that I'm aware of. I have like brightness, saturation, contrast controls, but that's not the same thing. So if I turn those down, yeah, see, that's being applied in post. Well, is it? Yeah, I think it is. So, yeah, that's one concern. There's no exposure controls whatsoever, which, I mean, there aren't really exposure controls on webcams either, generally. But, eh. I would be really interested to see what you can do with one of these from a reputable brand. Because if this is how it looks at the bottom of the market, oh, man. Yeah, so certainly the web interface doesn't expose that feature. I don't know if it's possible at a software level. There may be an API for this. If you were to look up the manual for it, you might find out that there's an API. Now, I did notice that in one of the menus it says operating mode, RTSP, multicast, or SDK. I think they literally mean like software development. So, I have a Novint Falcon that I'm never going to get around to using in a video. I have it, but gosh, just look at this. I'm just kind of gobsmacked by the quality, and then also, whoops, that's the wrong one. The fact that we can just pull focus. Oh, does that not go any further? Hang on, let's pull out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so this is just a cable that's hanging in the way, but you can imagine if it was something with a little more detail. The fact that we can get a cool focus pull like that. You can't do that with a webcam. to put it mildly. Oh, that's right, him. I forgot about him. Hello. It does support OnVIF. And okay, yeah, so it does support OnVIF. Do you have a suggestion for a program I can use to operate that? I know there's physical controllers, but I'm sure there's software for it too, right? So yeah, like I know there's device managers out there, but I need something that's an actual like PTZ controller app. One that has, the controls for the pan, the tilt, the zoom, exposure, etc. That must be a thing, right? Here, let me try use software. Because it hadn't occurred to me. Okay. So that, yeah, OnVIF Device Manager is open source, so I can at least go grab that and try it out. I mean, what else are we doing right now, right? I was going to end the stream otherwise. We're coming up on end time for it, so. Oh, I already have OnVIF Device Manager installed. I guess I've done this before. All right, let's see. Add a device. Add. Let's do. There's the IP. Okay, let me find the OnVIF endpoint address for this thing. Okay, turn that on. Oh boy, this This software definitely open source. Okay, so I have to figure out what the onvif URL for it is. Value HD onvif URL. Okay, cool. I found a manual for another. Cool. I found a manual for what looks like a similar camera from the same company, the V600. Yeah, iSpy I've used. It's pretty janky though. And at this point, I think you have to install like a whole. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah. So the manual for this thing, unsurprisingly, it mentions onvif. That's it. It just mentions it. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to find this. It seems like the usual URL is /onvif/device service. And that does not seem to be working. Might be I have to reboot the device before the change I made will take effect. So let me do that. Where is it? 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 There's a reboot button in here somewhere. There it is. Reboot. Okay. Yeah, ODM does not seem to detect it automatically, so I don't know what's up. Yep, no dice. Oh my god. And then if I try and manually go to the onvif URL, I get 404 from THTTPD, just like the built-in error page. So that's really cute. Let me see, device_service. Yeah, that fails. Well, that's a bummer. I don't think I'm going to be able to figure this out here on the stream. That's interesting. Why did I lose signal? Wait, the thing rebooted again? That's weird. The camera's restarting a second time. Maybe it didn't quite go into onvif mode? Oh, no, I think it's because I reloaded the page that resets the camera. Oh, no, that's so jank. Yeah, I guess I could nmap it. That's fair. But yeah, I had actually thought about just capturing, doing HDMI capture off this thing and using it to do, some bits in the studio. I thought that seemed like a pretty cool idea. It's only 1080, right? I'd be really curious to know if there's 4K variants of these that are down into the affordable range yet. Probably not, but it'd be neat, right? Yeah. The other thing is just that like this is not something that's easy to search for. Um, it's like with the security cameras back from the security camera video. No one is excited by these. There are no real nerds about this subject. Like, oh sure, they're there are some people who, there's salespeople who get excited about it, but yeah, it's hard to find any information about this because 99% of the market for PTZ cameras is basically a handful of companies doing elevator deals with executives who don't actually understand what it is they're buying. So anyway, yeah, that's the other thing. I think that if I were to use this with a properly lit scene and everything in a video, no one would notice that it was 1080. Like, especially if it was for just a brief segment. I mean, an awful lot of people don't even watch my stuff at 4K, right? But I think that for the sort of dynamic scene that I'm thinking about, I don't think anybody would even notice, really. But also, the neat thing about it that the thing I can't do right now, this would enable, is the ability to do zooms rather than pushing in post, which is the thing I do right now, right? So, look at my very dusty shelves. I've not dusted these in way too long. The fact that I would be able to, for instance, right, I could set up that. For some reason, the web interface controls keep jamming now. This keeps happening. I was not having this problem before. The other thing is, it seems dimmer than it did earlier. I could swear it was a little brighter earlier. Right. So I could have an intro to a video that starts out with a shot like this, and then that, and then that. I'd have to work on it a bunch to make it look good, right? But the point is that it could be done, and it would let me do shots that I will never, ever get by hand. Not ever. It's just impossible. It's not within my capabilities. I don't have the equipment for it. That, and, the other thing is, if I set the tilt speed to 1 here, it goes that fast. Now, I cannot smoothly pan a camera on the tripod like this. Certainly not zoomed in, right? I don't need to de-shake this or anything. It just looks great. So there's so much stuff that I could do with this that I can't do by hand. Absolutely squeaky clean. Now, the autofocus is a problem. I'd have to see if I can use software to override that, because one thing I will not ever tolerate in a video is focus seeking. I'm never ever going to release a video that has any visible focus seeking in it. It makes me so angry to see that. I also really like pay close attention to the reflection on the side of the bookshelf, because the element on the end of the lens is physically moving. It's traversing laterally side to side. See that? It's actually moving. Or wait, no, is that the cable? Oh, no. That's that cable. That's right. That's something in the foreground. Okay, well, same difference, though, really. The point is, yeah. That's the point, all right? God, look at that. God, the torn up paint on the wall actually looks good through this camera. Set pan speed to 1, and then let's just... There you go. Oh, look at that. There's no reason for that to look so good. It's a fucking conference camera. More than anything, this is just making me think that I would love to have a PTZ 4K rig. Like, man, motion control cameras. Who knew? Who knew that they were cool and useful, right? Oh, man. All right. I think it's time for me to go. It's been a good... by the way... oh, wait. Hang on a second. PTZ optics? On-VIF port might be 81. I'll try it. Hang on a second. Oh, it connected. What? Oh, shit. PTZ control mode. What? Hang on. Let's see if this works. Oh, I've controlled it from the program. Oh, shit. This can be controlled from software. All right, hang on a second. Oh, man. I think I'm getting an even slower... pan. Wait a minute. Relative move? Wait a minute. Is this... What? Oh, okay. So that's how you set... Oh, okay. Oh, man. Yeah, I could absolutely make this... I could absolutely get this to do smooth. Wait, where's the focus control? I don't see focus controls here. Uh-oh. That's a concern. Also... Oh, there's the zoom. Okay. Yeah, so where's the focus controls? It's RTSP. Yeah, I don't think this exposes... Oh, hey, you know what? I did, however, just get some info on the controller. Look, if I go to the identification section, it says location, China, manufacturer, high silicon, model SPC. Okay. Okay, high silicon is it is a Chinese fabless semiconductor company wholly owned by Huawei. I'm just going to flip through the settings here, see if there's anything immediately interesting. But looks like... Yeah, not necessarily. Okay, so this program might not do everything I want, but it certainly looks like I would have the ability to. VIF. Okay, let's see. On VIF, PTZ. Surely somebody has made a program for letting you control these things with a frickin' Xbox 360 controller, right? Right? Okay, so Rokosoft has something, but it doesn't actually say on VIF anywhere. It says IP, says Visca. That's a trial, so I can't do anything with it anyway. Nah, keyboard controls don't seem to work. That was something I was hoping for. I tried it, and I was very sad when it didn't work. Let me look in the settings for this program, just make sure, but... Yeah, it doesn't... It looks like OnVIF Device Manager just isn't that sophisticated. Wow. PTZcontroller.com will do it, but this looks like the most, like... I don't trust like this. But you know what? I don't give a shit. What are they going to do? Put spyware on my machine? What do I care? Oh, yeah, this definitely is not signed software. Okay, all right, let me get my Xbox controller out. It's going to be very, very dope if this works. You do realize that, right? This will be sick. Sick, nasty. PTZ controller 4.1. Okay, let me put in a camera. Protocol. What the hell? Where's OnVIF? You said you did OnVIF, you bastards. Did I download the right version? There's two versions. Yep, analog and network. Says it'll do OnVIF. Oh, that's type analog. Okay, that's the problem. How the okay, here we go. Camera manager. Oh, no, that's not how you do it. Camera setup wizard. Is that how you do it? Yes. Maybe. Wow, this software is janky. This software is incredibly janky. I'm sorry I can't show this to you. There is no convenient way to do it. Okay, PTZ Optics Camera Control app. Okay, let me take a look at that. Can I just download this? Okay, looks like... Wait, Mac, PC, and OBS? Really? They want me to give them a bunch of information, so I'm going to lie to them about all of that. Yep, completely free. There we go. Okay, this seems more promising. I see the dig from eDoc 2020 there. It is always morally correct to lie to marketing info forums. Okay, settings. Multi-camera setting. Here we go. Set this to IP camera. 28:81. Hit OK. Okay. Wow, this program is also kind of jank a little bit. It's like not really clear whether it's connecting to the device or not, and there's not really any yeah, wow. I'm not surprised that this is all pretty freaking janky. Yes, is not connected. Okay, well I guess I'll try putting in the full OnVIF path. Maybe that's what's up. Oh, or maybe the other OnVIF controller is interfering with it. Let me close that. Yeah, it's like it's not giving me an error message. It's not giving me anything. It's just nothing. Just nothing. Which is exactly what I expect for this class of software. Oh man, oof. Yeah, no error messages, no nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Oh, here we go. Okay, I may have figured out how to make the other one work. So, one moment. Connection failed. Oh. Yeah, it won't connect to the thing. wonder if the OnVIF interface crashed or something. Or maybe the other manager program is still connected to it and like holding open the connection, but that does not look like it. It tried to scan the network for it and failed. Let me see if the thing is still streaming. Yeah, it's still streaming at least. It's a bummer. Yeah, all it'll say is connection failed, connection failed, connection failed. Yeah, you know, I hadn't really expected to ever make another video about PTZ, or sorry, about security cameras or anything, but it seems like it's probably going to happen now, because this is too cool. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I can connect this to the TriCaster. I can connect it to the Avid Media Composer. I can connect it to a lot of things I have that I have not to date had anything else to put into them. That's why. That's the whole reason I got it to begin with. It's literally the only reason I was interested in it. Sorry for the long delay as I try and work this out. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it work, but wouldn't it be cool if I did, right? This is one of those like, no, let's just try a little bit harder. But I should probably call it at some point here. You know what's really odd is I'm doing a TCP dump right now to see what's wrong with the conversation between the devices, because the software is connecting to it, but for some reason it's not. It doesn't like something about the protocol. I think this is the wrong version of OnVIF. Maybe might be what's up. Maybe that's the problem, yeah. Well, maybe I'll dick with this some other time. And if I get it working, maybe we'll see that in the next stream. But the moral of the story, however, is that this is really cool shit. If you have a use for it. And I'm lucky that I have a use for it. So, anyway. Thanks, everyone. It's been a good, fun time. Yeah, this was a very fun stream. Thank you all for coming. Have a good weekend.